Hey again, it's Andy over at the Facebook Live TV show. I am live here in Brea, California, and today is a very special day, more than you would even imagine. We've got one of the founders of one of my favorite tools on our show today, and I cannot wait to hear what he has to say about Kajabi. Kajabi is one of the best, if not the best, platforms for creating a membership site. I've been using it for a number of years now. I've had an earlier version, and now I'm in the new version called New Kajabi. And the strength of this tool has just been so fantastic. And almost every month, I don't want to over exaggerate, but I would say, I was going to say almost every week, but almost every month we get new updates with things that are just beyond what I even thought would be available in New Kajabi. So I also want to bring on my partner, Everett O'Keefe, who he and I do a mastermind group together. We also help people publish their books, and I thought it would be great to have him on for another perspective because he too also uses Kajabi. So first of all, Everett, go ahead and if you could go ahead and have Travis join us here on the show, that would be great. And I just want to welcome Travis to our audience and just hear a little bit more about
Thank you so much for having me on. It's funny, before we started, I kept pushing my camera back on because I think Everett was trying to turn me off to help produce the show. And I'm like, I kept clicking, and then I realized, oh, wait, he probably wants me to stay off. So this is the cool technology you guys are using.
Mimo Live is the well, there's a couple things. First of all, we're broadcasting through Blue Jeans. That is the link that you're able to connect, and we're able to go live on Facebook. And then I use Mimo Live, which allows me to have that intro and then the lower third and the picture-in-picture, what you see right here. Yeah. And I know you probably think I'm in a field right now, a beautiful field, but that's...
I did think you were in a field. It looks really good.
That is a green screen. So I'm using Mimo Live as my camera within Blue Jeans.
Awesome.
And, just to tell you a little bit about the show, just so you're kind of aware of what kind of show you're on, this is called the Facebook Live TV show, and I help people understand how to run their own TV show, which will help them create their celebrity and their authority in whatever platform it is they're trying to work on. And it really doesn't matter. It works for anybody, right? And so to create a show from a restaurant, if you're a restaurant owner, or even a chiropractor talking about all the things that you do with your patients and the things you do, what makes your location, better than the rest. I think everybody has the opportunity to create their own show. And so the Facebook Live TV show is just that. We bring all the tools, all the technology, third-party applications like Kajabi to them. And it's really a pleasure for me to have you on because I've been using Kajabi for so long, watching all your training videos and watching the passion that you and Kenny have for creating this product and the passion you have for your clients has just been fantastic. So I'm honored to have you on our show. And
this is really cool. I feel like we see the world the same way. I feel like every single person has something special that they could share. And I think a lot of people look at their business as kind of an old school way of thinking where you've got your business, you got your location, you talk about what you're offering, but you don't have knowledge that has value also. But we believe everybody has knowledge. Like I always think the internet used to be all about pages, and we'd go to Google and we find a billion pages, and then it became about people again. Right. And that's really where the future is people sharing their story just like this. So this is cool.
Awesome.
I'm really digging the technology and the style of the show. This is awesome.
Well, if you need any help, I'm right here.
Yeah, we're going to totally copy you. We're going to go get us a Blue Jeans subscription here. And this is cool.
First of all, the burning question that I have, and I know that maybe a bunch of other people have, why the name Kajabi? Where does Kajabi come from?
Yeah, so let me give you some history. Kenny and I were friends. Gosh, we've been friends since 1998. So we're looking at almost 20 years. In fact, Kenny and I have been in technology that long. I might look a little younger, but I'm a lot older. And we had built apps together. We had built software together, all kinds of cool stuff over the years. And I had this domain. I've had it at least that long because I worked at a camp, and there's this game called Kajabi Can. And if you Google that, some people watching this might have heard of that game. And it's this crazy tug-of-war game that they play at camp.
Holy cow. Are you serious?
No, yeah. I worked up at Hume Lake.
Are you serious? That's where it comes from.
That's where it came from. Yeah. From Hume Lake, that's right.
Fantastic. That's so cool, Travis. My kids love Kajabi Can.
Yes.
And I always wondered, where these names came from, and now
here's the crazy thing.
History of life is all.
Yeah, here's the provenance over all of this is, I worked at that camp. I loved that place. It's an incredible place, Hume Lake. And then I remember that name. I love the game too. In fact, we let our team play it this last December. 25 people playing Kajabi Can out in this parking lot out here in the rain. It was awesome. But so I had the domain. I didn't even, isn't that crazy? And I didn't even know what Kajabi meant. But it turns out Kajabi has a lot of meaning. So as we started to Google this name, and we weren't going to call this Kajabi. We had other ideas that had to do with membership and content and continuity. But even Kenny was the one who was like, we should call it Kajabi. And you got to understand, we've been friends for years, building all kinds of crazy apps together. And I'm the one who's like, let's call this Kajabi. And he's like, no, because we created like an online tuxedo shop. We created this Twitter scavenger hunt game, and every time it didn't work. So we called Kajabi in 2010. And as I started to research it, I found out that the word Kajabi is an old Aboriginal word, and it means to fly. It's like whenever an Aboriginal person would see first birds, when they saw birds, they would say Kajabi. Then when they saw airplanes, they would say Kajabi. So it means to fly, which I think is kind of cool because that's what people get a chance to do on our system is take flight for the first time. And it can be a little bit scary, but it's one of the most powerful things in the world once you figure it out.
So I understand you originally had created a toy. Is that not correct? Or a water?
Yeah, so the way we got into this information business, I've been a fan for a long time. In fact, since 2004, I was at a conference here in Newport Beach, and I saw my friend, who's a good friend now, Jermaine Griggs, speak. And he's been in this business forever, teaching how to play piano online and all this cool stuff. And at that conference, I was like, okay, this is cool. I need to figure this out. And I was building technology and doing other jobs. And Kenny and I would talk about this all the time. And then in 2009, he built this kid's car wash out of PVC pipe, and it's for their bikes. You drive your bikes right down the middle, and it sprays them. It's really cool. I actually built one for my kids too. And back then we were like, we should build these and sell these. And they were like, nah, that's too much work. Like building all the PVC, shipping it. So then we shot videos, and we went back then to WordPress and all the plugins you needed and connected to a system called ClickBank. And it was a pain in the butt. Like here we are, experienced software guys. And then it took days and days of frustration. We finally get it on. We made some money. And then we thought, well, what if we could build a system that just focused on posting information and selling it? And that's how the idea was born, all from that crazy, we call it Crazy Spray. That's what that product was called.
It's so incredible how some things just come to fruition. I mean, just this weird idea that you get like in the shower. Yeah. I get great shower ideas.
Sometimes the best ideas take a long time, though. I mean, that story was a long time coming, and here we are in 2017. And since we started, our customers, just like you, have together made over $400 million. So
wow,
crazy! Almost $500 million in selling information. It's mind blowing.
Travis, it seems to me I've experienced 3 versions of Kajabi or 3 generations of Kajabi. Yep. Have there been more? I think of
you're about right. So we built the original app, launched it in 2010. That app did extremely well. It was an older technology. It is nothing like the stuff we build now. And then we built a system called Megaphone at one time, which we're phasing that out, which is a landing page software. We create opt-in pages, stuff like that. And then we built something called Kajabi Next in 2014, I think it was. And that product, nice, love the shirt. That is so good. So we, after Kajabi Next, we realized there was a way to bring everything we had ever built together under one platform, one system. And from that point on, we set out to build a whole new version of everything we've ever built. But keep it simple, keep it under one brand, and then eventually this new Kajabi will be the only platform we sell. All of our other stuff will slowly be sunset. I know people are on Classic, and that'll be open for a long, long time. But like you can't sign up for those systems anymore. So
is the goal for Kajabi, is it to be the one-stop shop for membership sites? In other words, to have all the landing pages, website, the CRM, the email communication. Is that the goal?
I mean, yeah, definitely someone who's probably $0 to maybe $1 million. Definitely. We want to be that place where if you're selling information, you're teaching, you don't need to go anywhere else. I know once you get bigger, like Brandon Bouchard, one of our top customers, he'll use a system like Infusionsoft because there's even more crazy stuff that you can do. But you know what our real mission is to take the average person and help them understand that they can share what they know and they can make a business out of it. I mean, I lose sleep about this overnight. I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh my God, what if we did this? What if we did that? Because it's like a movement, and people don't realize we're on the very beginning of this concept of the average person is the expert, because you're the expert at your own life. All the crap you've been through in your life, all the mistakes, you're an expert at that. Your job, your career, you're an expert at that. Maybe you're good at your hobby. I mean, I'm blown away at the stuff people teach on Kajabi on a consistent basis.
Well, when you talk about the average person being the expert, I mean, look at Andy. I mean, you want to talk about average. Look at what he's pulled off here.
And that's what it's all about, is who you are, no matter what you think you look like or how you sound or your cool background that you have. You're going to resonate with people, and you're going to create people that like you, know you, and trust you. And once that happens, you can build a business. And it's not just about making money. It's about the fact that your content can change their life, and it definitely is going to change your life because you're going to have income from it.
Yep. And that's one of the things I teach my audience, is that you almost owe it to somebody else to give them what it is you know. There's probably something that's in you that can change somebody's life or save somebody's life. And I've seen it over and over again with some of the events that I do in San Diego, where people are just coming up with these incredible ideas or incredible stories. And mine simply is obviously one of those 0 to hero, as Everett so nicely pointed out.
Yes, and we want to hear about this while we're on this interview. I know your fans know a lot about this, but we're going to share this with our customers. So when you're ready to transition to that part of your story, I have questions.
Cool. All right, let me just share my screen here really quick. I just want to show people a little bit of what it is we're talking about, just in case, because we're broadcasting on about 13 other Facebook pages at the same time right now. So I'm sure there's somebody out there that... What's that?
You guys are pros at this.
Oh, man, I'm incredibly, So here, I'm going to share my screen. Here's an inside look of my 0 to hero school. And I just want to show people on the left. And this is kind of just how simple it is. Over here on the left-hand side, you have your website, which is essentially in Kajabi. You can create a website. No longer do you need to have a WordPress site. No longer do you need to hire some 14-year-old kid to create your website. You actually literally can create your own website here very simply in Kajabi. You have your email marketing opportunity there. You got your landing pages that you can create that will lead people to your sales pages and whatnot. You keep track of all the people. You have reports about who's buying, how much they're watching the videos, and where they're at in each individual membership. Integrations. And then, of course, have all your settings. And then you have your store, your products, your sales, your affiliates, your comments, your achievements. And these are just some of the things that are in there. And then you have all your templates and that kind of stuff. It would take me a while. And those of you that can come to Create It, Launch It, Profit, that Facebook page, I'm showing you nearly on a daily basis how to use Kajabi to create your product in that particular platform. So I don't want to lose too much time with Travis, because I'm not sure how long I have him for. But and I know that he would love for me to show off his baby here. But I'm just showing you that in the platform, all this stuff comes with being in that product. And so there's so many other products that I used to have just to do what Kajabi does. I'd have to have 5 different products. To be
the amount of money too was insane.
Right? What's that?
Yeah, the amount of money you'd have to spend was a lot. It was a ton.
Yeah. Even if you invested in Infusionsoft, you still had to have something else for your membership sites. You still had to have something else for your landing pages. You still, you had to set up affiliates and all of that. And you've hard baked all this stuff in. I want to highlight for people, if people haven't seen Kajabi the way it is right now, like let's say the last time they looked at Kajabi was even 6 months ago or even 3 months ago. You guys have made some significant changes. Like when you first launched this version of Kajabi, right? You didn't have landing pages ready yet, so you were bundling in Megaphone. The landing page stuff that you've created now is so great. It is really wonderful to the point that, it makes me think of utilizing it strictly for landing pages when I don't even necessarily have a product or a membership site that I want to sell. I just want to use it for my opt-in pages or my newsletter or something like that. But I'm so impressed with it, and I'm grateful that you got it in, because honestly, Travis, that was the thing that was holding me out from being a Kajabi user, was not having that sweet integration that you have now. It's really nice.
Very cool. Thank you. We work really hard. I have an incredible team. We built the first Kajabi with just Kenny and myself and his college roommate. And now we have 25 people that work here. So, and they're like genius programmers. Some of them speak at Google at the Google conferences. So it's like we have the best of the best. And I'm just so grateful for all of them because we wouldn't have been able to build this app without these awesome programmers and engineers.
Can I ask you, I have a couple questions that I think the platform is fantastic, but I do have a question about something that I'm hoping will get just a little bit better, and that is the upload times for video. For me, it seems to be a little long. I know you use Wistia, right? Is that still the case?
Yeah, that is the case. I know that a great shortcut around that is I don't know if you've tried putting your stuff on Dropbox first and then switching it over. Somehow they're connected to Dropbox better than just straight browser uploads. But yeah, we're always working on that. We are always working with them because we're one of their top customers on how to improve all that stuff. So we're aware of some of those issues and we constantly want to make it better because we want it to be so seamless that you don't even think twice about it.
Well, that's exactly what I was looking for, a solution.
Yeah, the Dropbox.
I have, but I've had the reason I love Kajabi is because it's so easy for people like me who are not that smart to be able to use it. And so for whatever reason, there's little things like using Dropbox that I have not been able to connect, but I'll get in touch with the support and figure out why.
Reach out and we'll make sure someone helps. And I think you're connecting with Todd. Todd can show you how to do that in about 2 minutes. Sure.
The other one I had here was I love being able to record directly into Kajabi. When I would have that ability to do that. Is there a movement to maybe make that quality even a little bit better, to almost as good as uploading a video?
Yeah, because we're looking at even better like plugins we can use, where you could actually do screencast, ScreenFlow from the browser. That I think would be incredible. To where you could you wouldn't even need any additional software like ScreenFlow potentially. We're trying to improve that stuff. So.
Yeah, I work a lot down there with Mike Koenigs and Pam Hendrickson and Ed Rush down in San Diego, and they showed me how to be able to use a Google Hangout and go live within Kajabi. Is there going to be maybe in the future an easier way to get in there? I mean, it's fine, but I just those are some of the things that I've just been wondering about.
We meet a lot like product roadmap stuff, and the one project that's always on the horizon is potentially doing webinars within Kajabi, which I think would be really cool, where you could actually schedule that stuff out. At this point, that stuff has only been like brainstorming, a little bit of engineering, but it's not quite on the horizon yet. But I know there's so many ways to put that stuff in. We use what's called Liquid, which is what Shopify is built on, and it's a super awesome templating language. And I'm not a coder at all, and I've been able to go in there and kind of hack around. Okay. We're going to do more of showing people little tips and tricks on how to put a piece of code here or there, kind of like back in the WordPress days, how you could kind of hack things together. We have a lot of those tricks we're going to start revealing to our customers too. So
awesome.
We don't want you to touch code.
Yeah. I love the reveals that you guys do. You come out and say, hey, we have this new thing. You and Kenny sitting there talking about what's new. It's almost like a new episode of Game of Thrones.
Hey, that is a great thing when that happens.
Quite a contrast. I was going to ask, is there any movement, or is this on the wish list of being able to port a Facebook Live broadcast like this into a membership site with a chat role? Running under.
I love that one. I don't know how far they are on it because I love Facebook Live and I love how easy it is and how accessible it is. So we will for sure to continue to watch ways to embed that. There was a news broadcast I just saw recently and they did that somehow. So I got to go back to that and have my engineers look at that. But it's a great idea.
Catherine Dove, one of your superstars, it also says that uploads with Dropbox are super fast. So she supports that thing for me that I'm struggling with.
Using Dropbox takes a little bit of time, but once you get it, that's already on the cloud, and so it just kind of goes through the cloud. It's a magical cloud.
Awesome. And I got Jim Butts on also. He just updated to the current version a couple weeks ago, and he's learning how to use it, so that's good.
Awesome.
And I got John North from Australia. We have an international crowd here.
Very cool.
Yeah. We get I get a lot of people from Australia for some reason. People really seem to like me down under. I mean,
yeah, we're the same way. We're the same way. I think there's just a lot of entrepreneurs down there. Just kind of crazy how many customers we have down there. So that's cool.
Can I bring up Apple TV?
Yes.
We got some news. I'm one of the founders. I'm a founder and a hero. So I got like
very cool.
I'm a double duty.
Yes.
We got news last year, towards the end of last year, that you were going to be working on some integration with Apple TV so that you could actually put your membership site on Apple TV as an app. Is that still happening?
That is still there. In fact, we can take a couple of early, not even betas, you're beyond beta, but make sure you connect with Todd and we can get you in there. So we're testing with customers right now. The hard part is to take, it's really incredible how it works. It'll take your site within Kajabi and then using, I think it's called XDML, I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's the Apple language, and then it converts that into an Apple TV app. And we don't have a UI for that part yet, so we have to hold your hand on how to take this and put it in here, and then boom, it works on the TV. And once you do that little multi-step process, it's always connected. So when you change your site, you'll go to Apple TV the next time, and it has all the new videos. It's really cool. So yeah, send us a ticket, and we'll get you in there so we can test it out soon.
Perfect.
That's incredible.
That was my only reason for doing this interview.
And you'll be all over that. Yeah, Andy's ready to hang up now. That's the only reason he wanted it.
Nice. Bye. Thank you very much.
Nice.
No, Everett, go ahead. You got some questions.
No, that's what I'm just saying. Is that that's I think it's really a super cool thing. And when you talk about making the average person the expert, when the average person can show up in Apple TV, I think that's a pretty amazing thing.
It's huge. And imagine the content that is so much better to be consumed on the couch. You know, there's so many things that people teach on Kajabi that's cool to sit at a computer, but you might want to sit on your couch with some notes and learn that or consume that content or do a workout in your living room. It's pretty powerful because when we started this, the one way you would consume content was DVDs. I mean, 7-8 years ago, that was the best way to get information. People would sell their information products. You get a big box of stuff, and it was a bunch of DVDs on the TV. Then we helped this movement of bringing it more to the desktop and the laptop experience, then mobile. Now it's back to the TV. Like, I love that. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, my son, who's 10, he's learning skateboard tricks, and he'll sit there on the couch and watch a couple of YouTube videos on skateboard tricks. So, my son shows me every movie trailer. We watched all the Super Bowl commercials again on the Apple TV YouTube channel. So, yeah,
pretty cool stuff.
Just go ahead, Everett. I'm just looking to see if we have any more questions on our Facebook.
Let me share some things about you. Showed our app, and I know people sometimes get overwhelmed because Kajabi can do so many things. And you guys, you help people get on Kajabi. And I spend a lot of time focusing on that person that's never made $1. They're like, I've got this idea. I want to teach this, but I don't know where to start. And the concept that we've been teaching some of our new customers is I call it a lap. We're going to help you do a lap, and it's LAP. And the first thing you're going to do is create a simple landing page. And this landing page can be, some free report you're going to download. Maybe it's more information on how to contact you. Then you're going to use your social media, and you're going to create awareness. And then when you're ready, you're going to create a product. And that is all, like literally all you need to focus on. And soon, you're going to go to the next level and the next level, and pretty soon you're going to have your own Facebook Blue Jean TV show. Wait, do you have Blue Jeans on right now while you're filming on a Blue Jean?
I do.
Good. I do.
Is that like you're going to disrupt the space-time continuum or something? Crossing the streams.
I think people need to keep it simple. I know that our customers tend to make it too complex, but you focus on a couple simple goals. It's pretty amazing. So let me take a couple of minutes if I can ask you a couple of questions.
Sure.
About your business. So what do you teach? What is your to get to hero status, what were you doing on Kajabi?
Well, it's going to take me right out of what you think that I'm going to tell you about. But I'm a retired police officer from the city of Anaheim, and for years I trained police dogs, detection dogs, bomb dogs, that kind of stuff. And then we got into training pet dogs. Well, the first and foremost reason I got into Kajabi was to create video membership sites for dog training. Out of that, though, I was also being hired as an expert to testify in court cases. in regarding police dogs and detection dogs, which I get like right now. I think I have 6 cases running right now all over the United States, including Hawaii and Alaska and that kind of stuff. I can tell you that the most powerful use of your great product, Kajabi, has set me apart from any other dog expert that may be on the planet. And that is, not only do I testify in the court cases, but leading up to the court case, I've created a membership site that I can send to the attorneys that hire me so they can learn how to interview me, what they need to know about police dogs and detection dogs. And there's not one attorney that doesn't come out to me after they've gotten and said, I have never got so much value out of paying you which they pay a fairly decent amount of money, from the fact that you have not only, great testimony and can come and do this stuff, but the training that you gave us on those videos is outstanding, because it teaches them how to interview the officers and how to interview the trainers and what they need to know, and it makes them way more knowledgeable. So having that as an added value tool, and actually I don't even charge them for being in there. So it's actually a free membership, but I probably make more money because of that free membership than anything else.
That is so cool. You know what? We'll have to reschedule where I spend a full half an hour with you doing this, because I want to hear your entire story. I don't think I can do justice for the amount of time left here. But that is really cool.
Mastermind. We have the Masters Mastermind group, and this is another added value. And I'm just coming from a different angle, because I hear all these people making money off of the membership site. In the Masters Mastermind group, as a member of our Mastermind group, you get access to a membership site where the members have put training videos on everything from how to write a book, how to create a journal, how to create video, how to do a Facebook Live. And it's again, added value to something that most mastermind groups would not be giving to their customers. So,
cool.
Yeah, and it's a cool thing simply because people who come to the group, we can partake in each other's products and learn from each other and that type of thing. And if we have something to contribute to the group, we can go ahead and move that into the membership site too. So it's just an added benefit in addition to our regular meetings and in retreats and stuff, that they've got that kind of content. So it works great. And your tool facilitates that completely, Travis.
That's really cool. That's cool to hear these creative ways to use it. So
you want one more?
Sure.
I gotta go.
I do have to go in a minute because I have a hard break here real soon.
No problem. I just want to tell you one more that I think you really enjoy. In Anaheim, there's a restaurant called the Anaheim White House. Bruno is the owner. He's from Italy. Him and his mom came up with a club, they called it. It's called Katrina's Club, where there's children that live in motels and they go hungry because their parents can't afford to feed them dinner. Well, it started with just like 10 or 15 kids in the beginning, but over the years it's grown to feeding 1,800 kids every day in Orange County, all the way from LA County down to San Diego. So he's been feeding 1,800 kids every day. Not just every so often, every day for years. Their restaurant burned down on Saturday. The entire restaurant burned on the inside. They're really good friends of mine. I used to patrol that area in Anaheim and became really good friends with them. One of the things I just talked about helping them out, in addition to doing some security for them while they were trying to get things straightened out over there at the restaurant, is that I want to create a membership site that they can raise money, again, to continue to feed the kids. And we're going to put recipes in a membership site using Kajabi and that kind of stuff. So I wanted to make sure and bring that to your attention, because I think it's really another great use for that tool, is that it's a great opportunity to raise money for special events and for things like Katrina's Club.
I love it. That's a great idea. So let us know when you have that up, and we'll definitely check that out, and maybe send that to our group too. So,
Travis, I can't tell you how awesome it is to have finally met you, and to take time out of your day to do this. I know it's probably a pretty hectic day, and so that you came on, I just really, really appreciate it.
Thank you. This has been really cool to talk to you guys and learning some cool things about how to do all these cool, fancy Facebook Live stuff.
Yeah, cool. If you need to know more, I'll be there.
Awesome. Cool.
All right. So I'll get a hold of Todd, and then we'll make another meeting for the other stuff that we want to do together.
Yep, definitely.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Everett and I are going to stay on, so you can go ahead and you just hit stop or something. Or leave. Hit leave, and we'll see you later. But again, we're just going to talk about you behind your back just a little bit.
Do it. All right. See y'all later. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care. All right, Everett. How awesome is that?
Wow. Let's see. I'll drop him. There you go.
All right,
I just kicked him off.
Get rid
I
of him.
can't
Get him
believe
out
I
of here.
just kicked off Travis. Like, get out of here. Poor guy.
Wow, that was pretty awesome.
That was super cool, man. You must be like a big kahuna to bring in these whales, these big interviews, like,
Well,
golly, I guess you really are a Kajabi hero.
I had the shirt drying in the dryer, and I heard it go beep, and I ran out and got it real quick.
Talk about pandering. That's you, man. That you brown nosing, whatever we want to call this.
Hey, don't ruin this interview by bringing in foul language like that.
I didn't say anything foul. I said brown.
Hey, how exciting is it for Apple TV to be a part of Kajabi? Isn't that something? I cannot wait to have my own app on Apple TV.
You're as good at changing topics as my wife is. No, that was yes. I'll go with you on this. No, that's super cool. It's super cool, and you've got to realize that Apple TV is one thing, but that type of technology is going to continue to improve and go way beyond Apple, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be in all sorts of things, and so in fact, remember Amazon started to experiment with us posting our own content into Amazon's platforms.
Right.
And I don't know that that's really matured yet, but it's just a matter of time. And that Travis and his guys, his team are going to keep on top of that. I know that one of your favorite things about Kajabi is being able to broadcast on the fly, and it just landed the membership site. Like you could literally create your whole content live without doing any video editing whatsoever.
Right.
And that's a cool thing. And I think that the whole Apple TV thing, ultimately Amazon or whatever it's going to be, wow, you're right. You're right. How do you
bring this around to the mastermind retreat we have coming up in Victoria, British Columbia? Yes. I'm really excited I'm going to try to get in there to Kajabi because Todd and I were already talking about me going down to their offices and doing some stuff. I cannot wait to have a block in the mastermind retreat to bring some of the new abilities that Kajabi will have and how to use them. And I want to get training from the people directly on how to use some of this stuff. So I think that'll be a really great added bonus. And maybe if the internet's strong enough, we can have somebody, visit us at the mastermind retreat online.
That would be cool. Maybe we could have Travis or his business partner or their head trainer or something like that do something with us remotely. Yeah. That would be super cool. Well, and that's one of the advantages, right, of our retreats is take a few days, lock a bunch of experts in a log cabin in the woods somewhere, or in this one, with its private dock down to the sound and the killer whales swimming by.
Yeah.
And we all get to share the best of what we know. And I think we benefit greatly, Andy, from you being part of the group. And it's hard for me to admit that, but I do it anyway, because you bring something to the group that nobody else brings, right? You specialize in live casting and Facebook Live and that type of thing, and you bring that to the group, but also your experience with Kajabi. You've got a very deep understanding and experience using Kajabi, whereas Bruce Jones, when he comes, right, his experience in membership sites, in membership type tools, and of course publishing and all of that. And then you get, Melody Rush, right, whose big experience is webinars and that type of thing. And we all have our thing, and we all bring it. And what I will say, Andy, is I appreciate about you is you bring it in spades. I mean, you really do. And so, yes, very excited about our retreat in Victoria, BC, and the block of content that you're going to bring. Because as far as I'm concerned, I think you're going to have to do a couple, because you got to do something on Facebook Live and you got to do something on Kajabi.
Sure.
You got to do them both.
Well, you being the master of the Masters Mastermind Retreat, how is that?
A lot of M's there.
It all worked. I gotta hand it back to you. You created this group, and it's fantastic. I'm so looking forward to this event coming up, and how much our members are going to walk away with from this event that's coming up. I'm just so excited.
I suppose we ought to throw out there that we have a few spots left, but it is an application process. We don't take just anybody, and it's not just an event, right? It's the event, but it's also every 2 weeks we meet by video conference, actually on Blue Jeans, and we're building each other up all the time, and we have our private Facebook group, and we have the membership site, and all of that. But it is application. So if people are interested, they can go to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Masters Mastermind, I think is what it is. So just search Masters Mastermind and you'll find it. But there's an application link. We have room for a few more people in our group, but just a few. And of course, there is an investment, and you want there to be, because it helps to determine, some of the caliber of the members, which are like phenomenal.
Well, like I say, you don't want to be watching way to success. I mean, if you want value, if you want an ROI, there has to be some quality behind it, and I think this definitely, we have the quality. The call every 2 weeks that we have. The one we had, you weren't there. The one we had that was just the best one that we've had. We had a hot seat. We were just hitting on all cylinders. I mean, I love those phone calls. So many great ideas have come out of that. What is it, an hour and a half? It tends to be like an hour and a half, but some great ideas have come out of those phone calls.
Hour and a half, yeah, depending. Yeah. Well, like, it was funny this last time where I shared that hiring strategy. We brought on a new publishing coordinator, and I went there. I set up this really fun set of hoops that they had to jump through before I would even consider their application. And I got a ton of response, a ton of applicants and all of this. And the cool thing was I could just turn around and teach that process and share it with everyone in the group. I'm kind of chuckling about this, Andy, because, we were talking with Travis before we went live, and he's got some interviews that he's doing. And for our watchers here, we said, well, hey, bring them on. We'll interview them live over Blue Jeans. And he goes, well, I haven't even met this person yet. I don't know if they're, like camera ready or something like that. The cool thing was the process that I used. I knew before I even scheduled an interview whether I was going to hire this person. It was just a done deal because of all the hoops I made him do. But these are just more things we get to share in the group. So I dig it. And for the benefit of our watchers, really, Andy is like the least of the group. He's like the least qualified. So that tells you anything.
Hey, make sure and put the link that you just spit out, whatever that was, in the comments there on the Facebook Live TV show, and as many other places.
Do I do it on the Facebook Live TV show producers page?
No, because nobody will see it.
Okay, so I must just be on the
private. That's a private page.
Right.
Yeah.
There's the right page. All right.
Yep.
We'll do that.
All right. Anything else we need to tell anybody before we kick it off here? I have to get going here because I got some very important people that are waiting for me.
Wow. Well, I then I think we better wrap it up. So this is a great thing, Andy. Thanks for having me on to for be your producer for this episode. I don't know why I put up with anyway. So go on, since you now have very important people to see. But no, it's great. Thanks for getting Travis on, and then keep us in the loop as to what happens with your next meeting with him and the Kajabi crew.
Yeah, I know that you say I go live way too often, but I'll probably be live from Kajabi when I'm down there, so you don't have to watch. So
no, it's okay. Love you, man.
All right, love you too. Take care, guys.
Right. I'm gonna highlight you and let you close down the show.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you at the next one. Take care.